This is Tourism and Hospitality Learning Hub channel.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Ever looked up at the sky and wondered about the incredible machines soaring above us? From massive passenger jets to nimble helicopters, aircraft have completely transformed our world. They've made global travel, trade, and communication faster and more accessible than ever before. But how do these marvels of engineering actually work? Today we're taking a deep dive into the fascinating world of aircraft. First, let's get the basics down. What exactly is an aircraft? It's any vehicle capable of flight, using lift to overcome gravity. This lift can be generated by wings, rotors, or even lighter-than-air gases. Now, you might hear the terms aircraft and aeroplane used interchangeably, but there's a key difference. An aircraft is the broad category for all flying machines. An aeroplane, on the other hand, is a specific type of aircraft with fixed wings and one or more engines. So while all airplanes are aircraft, not all aircraft are aeroplanes. Think of helicopters or gliders, they're aircraft, but not aeroplanes. The magic of flight all comes down to a battle between four fundamental forces. We have lift, the upward force created by the wings that keeps the plane in the air. Opposing lift is weight, the force of gravity pulling the aircraft down. Then there's thrust, the forward force generated by the engines that propels the plane through the air. And finally, we have drag, the resistance of the air that pushes back against the aircraft's movement. For an aircraft to fly straight and level, lift must equal weight, and thrust must equal drag. It's a delicate, high-stakes balancing act. Now let's explore the incredible variety of aircraft out there. The most familiar type is the fixed-wing aircraft. This category includes the commercial jets we fly in for our holidays. You've got narrow-body planes like the Boeing 737 for shorter routes, and massive wide-body jets like the Airbus A380 for long-haul international flights. There are also regional jets connecting smaller cities and dedicated cargo aircraft that form the backbone of global logistics. Beyond commercial travel, there's a huge world of general aviation. This includes small, light aircraft often used for pilot training and recreation, sleek business jets for corporate travel, and even amphibious aircraft that can land on both water and land. We also have specialized agricultural aircraft that help farmers with tasks like crop dusting and seeding. And of course, there's the military domain, with powerful fixed-wing aircraft like fighter jets for air combat, bombers for strategic missions, massive transport planes, and stealthy reconnaissance aircraft for surveillance. Next up, we have rotary-wing aircraft, also known as rotorcraft. The most famous example is the helicopter. Instead of fixed wings, helicopters use rotating blades or rotors to generate lift. This unique design allows them to do things other aircraft can't, like take off and land vertically, hover in one spot, and fly backward and sideways. This makes them invaluable for search and rescue, medical evacuations, and accessing hard-to-reach areas. Another type of rotorcraft is the autogyro, which looks like a small helicopter, but works differently. Its main rotor isn't powered by an engine. It spins freely as air moves through it, driven by a separate propeller that provides forward thrust. In recent years, a new type of aircraft has taken the world by storm: unmanned aerial vehicles, or UAVs, more commonly known as drones. These aircraft fly without a human pilot on board. They range from small consumer drones used for photography and racing to large, sophisticated military drones used for surveillance and combat missions. Civilian applications are exploding, with drones being used for package delivery, infrastructure inspection, and filmmaking. Let's not forget the adventurers and innovators. We have experimental aircraft, which are prototypes built to test new designs, materials, and technologies. This is where the future of aviation is born. And then there are gliders, the purists of flight. These beautiful engine-less aircraft rely entirely on natural air currents, like thermals and updrafts, to stay airborne, offering a silent and serene flying experience. So how are these incredible machines built? Let's break down the major components of a typical aeroplane. The main body is called the fuselage. This is where you'll find the cockpit for the pilots, the cabin for passengers, and the cargo hold underneath. It's essentially the central structure that everything else attaches to. Attached to the fuselage are the wings, which are the most critical part for generating lift. But they do more than just that. On the trailing edge of the wings, you'll find ailerons, which control the aircraft's roll, and flaps, which can be extended to increase lift and drag for takeoff and landing. Some modern aircraft also have winglets at the tips to improve efficiency and reduce drag. At the back of the aircraft is the tail assembly, also known as the empennage. This provides stability and control. It consists of the horizontal stabilizer, which prevents the nose from pitching up and down, and the vertical stabilizer, which stops the tail from swinging left and right. The moving parts on the tail are the elevators on the horizontal stabilizer and the rudder on the vertical stabilizer, which control pitch and yaw respectively. Of course, an aeroplane needs power, and that comes from the engines. They create the thrust needed to move the aircraft forward. The main types are jet engines, which are used on most commercial airliners, turboprop engines, which use a propeller driven by a gas turbine and are common on regional aircraft, and piston engines similar to those in cars, which are typically found on smaller private planes. To support the aircraft on the ground, we have the landing gear. This includes the wheels, struts, and brakes that absorb the shock of landing and allow the plane to taxi to and from the runway. Most larger aircraft have retractable gear that folds into the fuselage or wings during flight to reduce drag. Controlling the aircraft is a complex interplay of flight control surfaces. We've already mentioned the ailerons, elevators, and rudder. But there are also flaps and slats, which are devices on the wings that change their shape to increase lift at low speeds. These systems can be controlled mechanically, hydraulically, or through sophisticated fly-by-wire electronic systems. Inside the cockpit, you'll find the avionics. This is the electronic brain of the aircraft. It includes navigation systems like GPS, communication radios to talk to air traffic control, and the autopilot system, which can fly the plane automatically along a pre-programmed route. And behind the scenes, there are several other critical systems. The fuel system stores and delivers fuel to the engines. The electrical system powers everything from the cockpit displays to the cabin lights. The hydraulic system provides the muscle to move the flight controls, landing gear, and brakes. And for flying in cold weather, the icing and anti-icing systems are essential to prevent ice from building up on critical surfaces like the wings and engines. With all these different types and complex systems, aircraft serve an astonishing range of functions in our society. Their most obvious role is passenger transportation. Whether it's for commercial holidays, private travel, or business trips, aircraft connect people across continents in a matter of hours. They are also vital for transporting cargo and mail, forming the backbone of global supply chains that deliver everything from fresh flowers to urgent electronic components. In defense, military aircraft are indispensable for combat, troop transport, and surveillance. But aircraft are also heroes in times of crisis. They are used for search and rescue missions in remote mountains and vast oceans, for disaster relief efforts, and for medical evacuations, saving countless lives. Air ambulances, for instance, are crucial for emergency medical services, rapidly transporting patients or even life-saving organs. Aircraft are also tools for science and discovery. They are used for weather forecasting, climate research, and environmental monitoring. In agriculture, they help with spraying, seeding, and pest control over large areas. They support law enforcement and border patrol with aerial surveillance. And in emergencies like wildfires, specialized firefighting aircraft are used to drop water and fire retardant from the sky. Finally, aircraft play a huge role in tourism and recreation, offering scenic flights, skydiving, and other adventure activities. This brings us to a really important point: the immense impact of aircraft on the tourism industry. Before the age of air travel, long-distance journeys took weeks or even months. Aircraft changed everything. They enable fast, efficient travel, making global tourism a reality for millions of people. The rise of low-cost airlines and mass air transport has made flying more affordable and accessible than ever before. This has opened up remote and previously hard-to-reach destinations, supporting the growth of ecotourism and adventure travel in places that were once virtually impossible to visit. International airports have become massive tourism hubs, driving economic development in their surrounding regions. They create jobs not just within the airport itself, but also in related industries like hotels, restaurants, and tour operations. The entire global tourism ecosystem, from tropical resorts to bustling city breaks, is built on the foundation of air travel. So the next time you see a plane streaking across the sky, take a moment to appreciate the incredible engineering, the complex systems, and the vast global network that it represents. Aircraft are more than just machines. They are the wings that connect our world, drive our economies, and enable our adventures. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this journey into the world of aircraft interesting, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Let me know in the comments what your favorite type of aircraft is. Fly safe, and see you in the next one.